3, 2, 1. Greetings to you, and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. I have some helpful hints, maybe. I realized that I should do this here Friday before the weekend, so in case anybody is needing help and wants to do the most that they can do, this video might help you. So, I talked to some of my friends who were not doing this, and then when they realized what I was telling them, they all switched to this method. Now, it's up to you, of course. It's not a right or wrong decision. It's chocolate or vanilla. Choose your flavor. Some people were doing the, get 800 points and use those 800 points to buy flags, or exchange the 800 points for flags, which they use the flags to buy whatever the tanks that are in the Valor section, or they got the commanders, like right here. They would use the flags to pick up these tanks here, etc., etc. Now, I came up with this other idea because, as someone who played from day one over 11 years ago, 11 and a half, I guess now, I have most of these tanks. Now, I did use the 800 points to get the boot, which is the X800, XM800T. I just call it the boot because the 8 looks like a B. That's why. So I paid flags for this, but after that one, I did not do the flags route again. I went for the 6 chests. And that is, you'll see that here in the challenges. Actually, let's go right here. This will cruise down, and you see this here, 650 points, 6 chests. Now, sometimes, just for goofing around purposes, I'll go 225 and get the 2 chests, and then the 2 chests, and the 2 chests. Whatever floats your boat. If you go for the 650, it's a little bit cheaper. You save 25 points, which is one game to me, whatever, it doesn't matter. So whatever floats your boat. The point is, there are prizes that you get that I refer to as like lottery ticket prizes. And I'm going to show you what I did earlier today and what I got. And this will help you perhaps look at it differently if you're not doing this already. So the other things, you can use your flags for are these killer commanders. This is Frank, the one that we got from Sword Beach. Or if you missed it, you can just buy it directly. Of course, General Patton, Claude from the French Army. I have all of these commanders. The other one that's my favorite, of course, is the Rommel. Really good likeness. But you can't go wrong. Now, the only thing wrong, I would suggest getting one Claude just for the character, having a Frenchy soldier. But after that, I have multiple George Patton. Well, he's a 3-star. And I got another one of these guys, the Frank. So, again, another 3-star. Super fantastic stuff. Now, let's go check and see what I've been up to. Okay, profile. Now, my thing is crazy. I chose, like almost every day, I chose Western Alliance because I have the most fun tanks for myself. And the fun, high-scoring tanks that I use means that I'm going to score points faster than if I'm using something that's plodding and boring. So me personally, I don't want to play like Tiger tanks from World War II. Those are much slower games. These games are much faster. Let me see. So here, I was just using Desert Warrior because it's a fun tank. It gives me a lot of options. Also, I had this one game I played with the Stormer, just same kind of stuff. But I like the Desert Warrior. It's got a little bit better armor than the Stormer. But both of those are really good rocket launching tanks with a secondary gun. And that's really the key. So let's look at this for example. Here's a match, 14,000. This was the highest scoring of the day. And 14,000 damage, so that you get 5 points for every 5,000. So I got 5,000, 10,000, and then with leftover points previously, in the total, that was another 5,000 because 14,000 is almost 15,000. So I got 5, 5, and 5, 15 plus a kill. I'm sorry, 5, 5, and 5. That's 15 from the damage plus a kill. That's 5. That's 5 points. Plus top 7. Well, that was number 1, so I got that. And then my nation. 6 times 5. That is a 30-point game you're looking at. And Brownie, that freak, he's got multiple 35-point games with scoring over 15,000. In fact, his record is over 20,000. He's got that a couple of times. So he scored 35 and possibly 40-point games because he is a super freak. All right. Now the thing is, in that 30-point game, it took me under 5 minutes to score that. This is the reason why I do A, Cold War, B, use fun tanks or high-scoring tanks or both. All right. Because it's a jackpot, and I tracked the results this time. I hadn't been doing it because I was like, who cares? And I realized, you know what, these people need to know this. So what turned out was that I got 215 points in 1 hour. I knew I had been loosely tracking it in the 200 points per hour for the chest earning. And that is, really cool. Means you can do this. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get 200 points an hour guaranteed. You have to refine your technique, figure out what tank is best for you. Now, if you have, for example, the EE Era 3 tank, that is a monster tank. That's what Brownie was using to get his 20,000 plus, but he's a freak, okay? There's another secret that I have for you as well, and that is turning off crossplay if you're on Xbox. Here's how we turn it off. We go to account, privacy and online safety, click on that, Xbox privacy, click on that, details and customize. Go down here to communication and multiplayer. Ta-da! Block crossplay. That means no PlayStation guys can get in. All right, and now this makes a big deal, and I'll show you why. Let's go back to this butt kicker game that I had. Let's look at the scoreboard. You see that there's 3 guys. Each of them have the microphone setting next to their name. There's just 3 people, 12 robots. What this does is it cuts down on the competition for points, in killing, what have you. This is the secret, that when you use this technique, you're going to have less guys competing against you. I've had 14 robots on my team, so it's just me and 14 robots, up to 6 players. I haven't really seen more than 6 players show up in this kind of match. So this is one of the key things. So if you do the turning off of crossplay, if you're on Xbox, find the right tank for yourself, whatever that is. I use rocket tanks. I can use other tanks, but these are more fun. Let me show you some killers. All right, Era 3. Let's roll. Now, I can use the K1 and score. The EE is the #1 money scoring tank in the game as far as I'm concerned. I haven't seen anyone top the EE top results. What else is really good? Looking through here, this is another rocket launcher tank. If you have this Millie, it's very similar, to the Desert Warrior that I was running, because that's a 2-gun tank, premium. You'll make a lot of money on top of scoring. You could score in other tanks. Any missile tank could theoretically work. It's just a matter of reload, and the reloading is really good on the Desert Warrior or the Stormer. Weasel's good, but I have a hard time really getting over 10 grand in a 5-minute or less game. So it's really what it boils down to. Leclerc, pretty good. Another one that's really awesome for me. Actually, I did MBT 80. This is another one that's actually pretty good. I haven't done the Thumper. The Peace Cells is another one that has just a little bit over 5 seconds on the reload, and that's one of the key things. My other friend, Xbox Killer, he got killer scores, no pun intended, with the MBT 70. I did M60AX, another butt kicker, even though it only has one gun. It has a very short reload when you set it up for reloading. So this gives you an example of a bunch of other ones. Oh, wait, Duke, whoa, what if I don't have any Era 3s? Good question. Let's go look at Era 2. All right. Now some of the ones that will still work, but you have to be careful of things like, say, the Ignis. Where is this dude here? Now, the Ignis is a 2-gun tank with a rocket and a chain gun. It's kind of a slow, you got to time your shots where while what I tell people do, rocket people, then switch to chain gun, drill them, and then when you come back, your rocket will be somewhat reloaded or always reloaded depending on your combat sequence. So you want to have your guns, one reloading while the other one's firing as much as possible. This might be good. I don't know. I haven't played this tank yet. I haven't checked the reload, so I haven't done anything. I'm going to make videos about loading out this tank, and the other ones you see well, actually, this is the same tank right there in the background, and also that's the Sentinel. I don't recommend BZT-70. The reload is excruciatingly long for 900 damage. So that's the kind of tank I want to avoid. I don't use tanks with long reloads. It's just not a great deal. Brownie was having tremendous results with the Shred Tread. Not as great, but it is a 2-gun tank. And it really, like I said, it doesn't matter what I say specifically. It's conceptually, take the idea, go with it yourself, because your talents are going to be different than mine. This is a butt kicker. This is the stage 100 tank. This has 6 rockets. So on this tank, like an Ignis, I load the rocket first, fire the rocket. The rocket has a very good speed. It has a slowish reload, but while you're traveling, you have a rocket loaded, hit them with a rocket, and you switch it to, it has 3 ammo types. Regular, the second one is the premium, third one is the rocket. So I start on rocket, which is the third one, and then when I hit that or fire that shot, I'll switch to number 1, which is the regular, and it has a really short reload, like 4 seconds and change. So this tank is 100 grand a game plus scorer. Most of you have this tank. The thing is, on the equipment, set it for reload. Okay, that's the key. You want to have the best reload as possible, because the reload is how you keep churning out damage. All right. T-62 M1, very similar tank. Again, it has 5 rockets, if I remember correctly. Same basic idea. This was a tank of the month, 6 months ago or 7 months ago, whatever it was. If you have this one and this is the only one, you should have the other one, the T-55 Stage 100, but this is another rocket tank. So anything with 2 guns is decent. And I use premiums like this one BMP is not a premium, so I don't use that. I don't use the other rocket tanks. How this one is a premium, so I use this one when I'm playing with my friends that don't have Era 3s. I'm like, fine, I'll use this guy. It's a premium, but it's only a one gun tank. But if all you have rocket wise, or like the blue rocket guys, Tech Tree, you'll still do well with the oh, not the Monster Jaeger, although that one does well. I'm thinking of the Rackpanzer 2, the Begleitpanzer, and also the Martyr A1 in Era 2. Any of those are good. They're two gun tanks. So my recommendation, check out the two gun tanks that you have. Okay, that will help you out. This is a Era 2 Bradley, two guns, chain gun, plus double tow missiles. Fantastic. Whatever floats your boat. Do whatever is fun for you. Now, for example, I don't do light tanks of the harassment type, like the Weasel. This is what I call a harassment light tank. One gun, you can do okay. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's less reliably high scoring. Okay, you can have good games, and one of my friends did have one in a tank like this. So you can do anything you want, but my criteria is I would prefer to have two guns. I want tanks that can churn out lots of damage, relatively speaking, so I can shorten the matches. 5 minutes or less is the best. Okay, premium for extra silver. Because of all this, I've been pounding on the 6 chest prize because, yeah, I'm right now I'm dragon hunting. I'm working on trying to get lucky and get that dragon tier 10 killing. Fantastic looking tank. And as a result of dragon hunting, I have 54 million. You can see that in the upper right hand corner. And it was really funny because when we had the premium tank for silver and we had the Sturm Panzer 5, which is basically the unskinned creature. I sent one of those to Brownie. He wasn't here. He was on vacation. And it was 25 million, and it bled me dry. And I was like, I still have to send it to him because I'll make the money back. There it is right there. I've made my money back, that I used to send Brownie that tank. So when he came back, he was like, oh, that was cool. Thanks a lot. I'm like, sure, no problem. So that's one of the other bonuses. Now, the other bonus that does happen if you're going to do the 6 chest quest is that every time you open up chests, you get 350 flags or more. So every time you open a 6-pack, you're going to get a little over 2,000 flags. So what happened is that I did that built up, stashes. I got, skins for other tanks that I had, or the skin, for example, like for the boot, also the XM57, and the Sentinel does not have a skin, and neither does the T-72M1, which was the card set tank, or one of the 2 card set tanks. So card sets. You have the T-72M1, which is the one behind this Weasel, okay? This is one of them. The other one is the Paladin, Carnarvon Action X. And you have to choose one tank from the cards, and if you get the second one, you choose the other tank. You can't choose the other. Like I had the Paladin, and so I chose the T-72M1, got it, and then when I got lucky and completed it again, I had to choose the Paladin, which was a refund tank for me, but so would have this one. But this one would have been about 1 million more refund. So, it wouldn't let me do that. If you choose A, you must choose B the next time if you get the, all of the super rare cards, which are very difficult. Another thing about the super rare cards, you cannot send a a duplicate to anybody else, which was extremely bogus. So we found that out, that rare cards you could send to a friend, but super rare you cannot. So if you don't have super rares, keep going. Again, the only thing that matters with the super rares card completion is that you get the choice of a tank. And if you've already gotten one tank, you'll get the other tank, whichever one you didn't choose. And if, like myself, you chose the Cold War tank and already had the World War II tank, well, if you don't get the World War II tank that you already have, it's not a big deal. Yeah, you're losing some, 4 million refund, but you're not losing the tank. That's the key, because my friend Wrongway had both of them. And so last night he got cards completed. He got the T-72M1, got the 5 million refund, and he's waiting to try and get the second one. And if he gets it, fine, he gets a refund for the Paladin. If not, he doesn't. Okay. So here, in case you have not seen this. All right. This is the Paladin. I mean, it looks fantastic with the artwork on the side. It's on both sides. You got the unicorn and the lion on the turret, and then you got the inscription along the entire left and right hand side, shielding. So terrific tank, fun to play. Bonus, it's the same tank as the Eradicator, except the Eradicator has a 3-shot autoloader and a 75% commander bonus. So this is a great tank to get for a freebie. I wouldn't pay, it's like 15,000 gold in the store. I would never buy this. I would never recommend buying it. I played it. It's okay. It's kind of slowish, like the regular Paladin. But that 75% commander bonus is helpful when you're working on commanders. So it's a very useful tank, but it's not super useful because in multiplayer, the games tend to be 8 or 10 minutes long. So it's like, So it's like you get the bonus for the commander kind of as a side benefit to playing this tank, which is essentially the same tank as this tank. Now, this one looks cooler, but this is a single-shot cannon with no commander bonus. So that's really the difference between the Paladin and its, twin brother, the Eradicator. So this is the sequence that I've been running, and my friends who know about this sequence have chosen to run this as well. Brownie, he's the king of it. He's rolling well over 200 points per hour, which is good for him because, he's working trying to get the Sentinel, and he just hasn't been able to cash. And it's just been really killing him, So if you're looking for a specific payout tank, this could help you out. In fact, let's go show you the payout tanks in case you haven't seen them. All right, this is your Valor chest website page by clicking on the war chest to find out. And here's the payouts, all right? I'm going to use my computer mouse on this one. Now, the thing is you have 8 epic tanks and 2 regulars. The regulars are the Minuteman and the Defiance. Defiance Matilda. If you get those and you already have them, they're just refunds. They're kind of annoying because every time you get one, you could have gotten one of these epic tanks. But yeah, whatever. And the thing is, Brownie got a Minuteman and he was like, oh no, it's terrible. He was thinking the Minuteman was an epic tank, which resets your counter, and it wasn't. When I told him that, he felt a lot better. Okay. So You have the XM57. This is the sniper tank. Now, this is the XM boot. This one you could get for free by, paying flags, etc. So I did that. So I don't want to get this, in my chest. And I didn't. I, got the 14,000 flags, got it, boom, done. So this is the sniper tank. This is the one that Brownie wants, the Sentinel. Now you have other ones. Tiger Hammer, great tank. Adler, I do not have this tank. That's one of the ones I don't have. The Vengeance, a great medium American tank with a 50% commander bonus. And this tank is very effective even in tier 10 matches. So the Vengeance is a really, really good tank to have for multiplayer. All right. Premium tank, etc. Great penetration on the gun. Stockade. I got this one out of one of the chests. The Egalite. This is a Frenchy light tank. Not that great. Tier 9. The problem is with tier 9 light tanks is like, why would you play that? If you're going to play a light tank in a tier 10 match, you should play a tier 10 light tank. The tier 9 is kind of, it's caught between the rock and the hard place. It's a tier 9. It doesn't have any bonuses, and it's not powerful enough to intimidate tier 10s. You could kill them and damage them, what have you, but you're fighting uphill. So this is an awful tank to get. Now, if they just give it to you like I got it out of one of the chests for free, okay, whatever. I wouldn't waste, 50 gold on this tank. It's a stupid tank. You can't play it without losing money unless you super score, which is super difficult because it's a tier 9 and you're almost always going to be in a tier 10 match. So it's just like the tier 9 is kind of the bum tier. You play a tier 9 when you have a tier 9 that you're going to get and evolve it into a 10. But if you play a tier 9 premium tank, unless, for example, it's the only one of its line, like the Warhammer tier 9 tank is very good. I still don't hardly play it because it's just, it's a stepchild. Okay. Anyway, so forget the Egalite. I would not buy this tank if I were you. This is the Fatherland. This is the other tank. I don't have the Adler or the Fatherland. So I'm out of 10 tanks, there's 3 I don't have. And the last one I don't have is the 111 tier 10 Dragon Killing. Look at this tank. This thing is a freak. Hey, wait a second. Here we go. This dragon barrel shoots fire every time it fires a shell, and it looks fantastic. This is a super fun tank. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was going to open my free chest at the beginning. Well, I'll do it at the end. It doesn't matter. Hey, I can't complain. 2 commander boosters. Works for me. I got a 38H, and I'm not afraid to use it. You can also use it with those 75% bonus tanks if you have one. Or the 50% tanks, like the Vengeance, or there's some other ones as well. That pretty much covers that. Now, one of the things that's also helpful, let me see, let's go to Cold War. One of the things that's also helpful, this Stage 100 tank, the T55, what is that, AM2B. Now, this tank is really good, good as a moneymaker. The other thing that was great about that Sentinel is the Sentinel does have a 25% commander booster. And that's the tank that's behind this T55. The Sentinel has the highest commander booster, 25% in Cold War. There's about 15 tanks that have this. There's this one. There's the Belka. There's the Warden has a 25% bonus. The Ignis has a 25% bonus, and there's some other ones. It's a long and goofy list. You can look through them yourself, see what you have. So if you get a Sentinel and you want to run a bunch of those matches, it makes a lot of commander points, and the Sentinel is quite good. The reload is it's a 2-shot auto loader, so it averages about a little bit less than 6 seconds per shot, which is certainly fair. This tank, fast reload, only has a 10% commander bonus, but it is a money maker, and most of you have this if you finished your season pass. And also, if you've passed stage 120, you get the skin right here. So that was another killer. This is actually a good scoring tank with a skin. Unbelievable. The only thing that will get you is paying, almost 2 million or 2 million whatever for the equipment, which, as you can see here, is the advanced armor, the reloader, the fan, and I've left the enhanced targeting on there because this gives you the orange outline around the tank. Great for rockets, especially for medium tanks, because medium tanks only have a 1-click zoom, so it helps to really isolate. You see your orange target, you're like, oh yeah, dude, this is great. I use this also, the same configuration on the Ignis, because it is a medium tank with a rocket. Now the Ignis has 10 rockets, this one has 6 rockets. This is a great tank to learn rocket shooting because you don't have to pay anything extra. And if you're terrible at rockets, you don't like it, hey, you didn't spend whatever time and money chasing down rocket tanks. If you like it, then you get to learn for free and then branch out, go down the tech tree lines, pick up premium with rocket tank if you like. So hopefully this will help your scoring for this weekend, because you're going to have to pound whatever you want. I mean, you have to pound a lot of those 6-pack chests if you want to get lucky like I did on the major tanks. And the ones that I got, I lucked out and got the Sentinel. Now the Sentinel is on sale in the store for 12,500 gold. I got mine by just pounding those missions and doing that. So I didn't pay 12,500. So lucked out with the Sentinel, lucked out again with the XM57. You can't buy this tank unless you spend 75,000 gold to get the mega pack, which that's not happening. That's $300 worth of gold. No thanks. So got those two just for playing and doing 6-packs. I also got that stockade out of one of those chests for epic tank number 3. And now I'm crossing my fingers. All right, see, there's a Sentinel, 12,500. All right, you could buy it, but I already have it. So I mean, this is for people who have gold to spare, I guess, who have not been able to get this tank out of the chests. And man, Brownie is still working on it. And I got my fingers crossed for him, because this dude wants this tank, and it's like, I know I want that dragon tank. I might not get it. It's just, that's the way it goes. I lucked out and got this one, lucked out, and I wanted that XM57, got that one too. So I was super lucky, and I'm hoping that Brownie can, get that. I was lucky. The first epic tank I got was the Sentinel. It was a shocker. So, whatever happens, happens, and, cross your fingers for yourself. If this is helping you to score, so much the better. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope I helped you out with a plan of attack that you could, use this weekend to whatever conclusion you reach. So if that's what you're doing, I want to wish you guys the best of luck, and hopefully I'll see you guys later. And as always, please like and subscribe.